Let's get the ingredient and tools ready. You need a lot of container for cold processing, and heat processing I would recommend a crock pot, oil, vinegar, and container, blender, glove, and some safety goggle I would recommend. And you can use coconut milk container for salt mold if you don't have any mold container. And I forgot to distill water. One of the most important part of salt making is make sure you have the right amount of lye. So I recommend use this website to calculate the lye and oil you need for this salt processing. Put the container on the scale and zero out so you can measure your oil and water accurate. Please make sure you have glove and goggle ready for this step. Make sure it's always the lye to the water, not water to the lye, which is very dangerous. So make sure you follow this step carefully and wear your safety tools on. The chemical causes a lot of heat and fumes, so make sure you don't breathe in those fumes because it's harmful for you. And I'll usually stand on the side of the wind so it won't torch to me. And after you pour it in, use a metal spoon to stir it up evenly. Later on, this water will turn to a clear form. And then we need to make sure the temperature is correct for our salt processing. I forgot what temperature is, but I Google it. Make sure it's about 120 to 130 Fahrenheit. And this is about like 10 to 20 minutes after the temperature is cooling down. So the water looks very clear, but make sure you still wear the glove for this step because the water could harm your skin. While waiting for the light water cooling down, it's the time to measure your oil. And I'm using olive oil this time because it's really moisture for your skin. After the light water temperature is correct, you can pour it in slowly and use a blender to start blending. And be careful, it might splash on you. And I always recommend use this container for stainless steel because it's more heat resistant. And keep stirring for like 20 to 30 minutes. They will turn to a more thicker, kind of creamy shape. And when you pull it out, they will leave a mark or a trail on the liquid. Then that's about ready for you to pour inside the mold, or this step you can add in your favorite essential oil. I usually don't put oil, or I choose tea tree oil because that's the only one I like. So it's totally up to you. Besides adding essential oil, some people like to add extra color. You can also add this time too. And when it's ready, you can pour it inside to your soap mold. Make sure you stir it up evenly, more balanced. And I show you this video right now is using cold processing. Cold processing usually need to wait 2 months, like 4 to 8 weeks, which is take a lot of time waiting. So I will show you how to use hot processing. You can use earlier, but the processing taking a little longer. I'm pouring the lime inside my crock pot. I'm using olive oil, same with the cold processing, and start turn the crock pot to low temperature at this point and start stirring it up together until have a tray. When you pull it out, have a little trace, kind of like a thin milkshake form, and that's about ready. You can close the lid and turn the temperature to high medium for about hour to 2 hours. After about an hour, you can see on the side in the middle, it slowly turns thicker and more kind of like an applesauce form, which is a term I believe. And I will stir around and close the lid, do a couple more hours. I usually totally cook about 4 to 5 hours for hot processing. After cooking about 5 hours, I will grab a little sample from the soap and do a little water testing to check in if I got some little soaping effect on my water. But when my soap is really hot, it's usually turned to really cool down inside my water. But you can try to use that little pieces inside the sink and try to wash your hands, see if that turned too bubbly for you. Before you start using on your skin, always recommend use a pH test strip to test your soap balance, and that's better for you. This step I add in my solid soap to clear water to make some hand liquid soap. Here is my soap after a day. So my cold processing on the left hand side is solid, so I'm going to take it out and get ready to cut them. After you cut the soap in separate pieces, put inside a container which each different soap has some space so the air can go through and make sure they can cure more evenly, like the picture below later on. I accidentally break some couple of pieces when I put it on the container. I can turn it into a hand soap.